Hi.
Hello.
You can tell we've caught up a little bit before this this episode.
I know, it's good. Well, it's ho, ho, ho.
Just the start.
It is the start of this season. It's good. Well, happy December. Happy December. Guys, we've made it. We've made it somehow.
This year, I have to say, has gone super quick.
Oh, why?
I don't know about you guys, but to me, it's really flown.
Yeah, it's flown by. It's gone by so quickly.
Yeah, it's scary. I can't believe we're here, but we are. And all the pressures that comes with December.
So talk me through your December so far and your next couple of weeks in December.
Manic, and then another week of manic, and then a crazy week of manic.
Right, okay, fine.
As you always do, right? Kids, Christmas, we want to see everybody, everybody, let's get together and do festive, cute things.
That's what I find is the pressure of everybody wanting to do like a Christmas thing, and you want to be there for every Christmas thing. Like I went on to Sainsbury's a couple of weeks ago where I do my online shopping, and they had their Christmas slots available, and let me have a look. Every slot in that week up to Christmas gone already. And I was like,
bit.
Well, we're not hosting Christmas this year, so I don't feel so much pressure.
Yeah.
But you sort of feel like, my goodness, now I'm going to have to go to the supermarket, even though I probably would have gone to the supermarket every day in the 5 days before Christmas anyway. But now I'm going to have to go to the supermarket. I'm like,
But also, tell me this, do you, are you a just-in-case planner? For Christmas, are you the just-in-case, should we just get some mince pies just in case? Mince pies. Thank you, Rosie. We'll just get a Christmas pudding. We'll just get some chocolates, just in case people come over. And then what happens when they don't? They're all left for you.
So we are 100% like that. So when we're hosting, and you're hosting, I feel like it's slightly different to when you're not hosting. So when you're hosting, even if it's like a few people, you buy everything like it's going to be like an apocalypse. Do you know what I mean? So everything that somebody might want, you're hosting 4 or 5 people, let's just say.
Yeah.
Right? Everything, every possible condiment, every whatever, as if the shops are going to be shut for more than 24 hours, which is reality. They're open on Christmas Eve, they're all open on Boxing Day, right? So for 24 hours, a shop is shut, it's like the world is going to end if you don't have one thing. And then when you're not hosting, it's, I'll just get it in, as you say, just in case, or, I want to feel Christmassy. We've spoken about how our family setups historically would have things that remind us of Christmas. So now I'm really
not Crisps and dip at Erin's house.
No, not crisps and dips in my family house. But you want to have stuff there which makes it feel like it's Christmas. So growing up, it would always be, I don't know, cheeses or chutneys or nuts or chocolates or different sorts of crackers and stuff like that. And it's, as you say, great if you then end up having guests. But if you don't, where does it go?
Where does it go? And who's going to eat it? Because again, it's we've got piles and piles of chocolates. And I'm not in denial of the fact that I am a certain kind of size, which means these things are not really high on my kind of priority list in terms of keeping my health, in check. And it's really difficult because, like you say, the driver is that you want to feel Christmassy and you want to be surrounded by these Christmassy feels, which includes the food and the drink, let's not forget.
Yeah.
All these things. And how do you unlock that? How do you unlock that sort of connection, that emotional connection that you have with the mince pies, with the Christmas adverts that show the family around the dinner table with all the trimmings and, the Christmas films that you watch where they're all sat drinking eggnog. What is eggnog?
Oh my God.
FYI?
No, the only eggnog I've ever had was, I probably wasn't even old enough to drink, but I did. And me and my family went to this Russian restaurant in London, and they were serving vodka shots, and eggnog was a flavoured vodka thing that they'd done. So it was an eggnog vodka.
Oh my
And,
God.
you know, I told you many times my family were a bit loose in certain ways, very strict in others. And yeah, like we were all having these little bits of like these different flavoured vodka shots. It was actually around Christmas time as well. But it's the commercial side of these holidays now, which is a problem. Like Halloween wasn't even finished and the Stollen was on the shelves.
Absolutely. I was in Home Bargains, which I love. FY, shout out. And there was 2 aisles. I went down Halloween. It wasn't even Halloween, Erin. It was like not even Halloween yet. It was not even October. And we had Halloween and Christmas. There was 2 aisles. And I'm there going, dude, I need to think black and orange and green first before I can think red and white.
Yeah.
Like, I can't do both.
But it's a lot. And then you're like, you then buy the stuff before even Christmas has come because you can't resist it. It's like irresistible, isn't it?
Oh my God. So, okay, this is a bit of a, do you know what my guilty pleasure is? I am obsessed with Christmas canapes.
Oh, yes. We mentioned this before, and I remember you saying this last year.
Obsessed.
What's your fave Christmas canapé? All right, hold on. I feel like this is going to be a Chris and dip situation right now. Do you go for the Asian party selection?
Erin, this is fine. We're friends.
No, it's Christmas. What are you doing? Don't need a spring roll.
I do. I need the dim sum.
No.
I need the dim sum.
You need cocktail sausage in Yorkshire pudding. Or
every time there's a place for
brie wrapped around something or other or whatever.
But you know what? And again, I know we're shout-outing, and please, we're not sponsored by anybody. But M&S are...
Oh, yeah, that's like the top notch.
benchmark. That's where I go. And I have to say, last year, didn't do a good job, M&S. What are you doing? Better be better this year. But I have a fear they're going to run out. So Erin, I have a chest freezer for Christmas.
Already?
As in there's an empty freezer that I turn on at Christmas for canapes.
What?
We have a chest freezer in our garage that we bought when we used to live in London, and it has come with us. And basically, lays empty, dormant all year, apart from at Christmas, where I get such a fear that I need to have these canapes.
Oh. But that is what people do, right? You can see them like barging people out the way to get in. It's frantic.
I'm a 6 a.m.er. I will go to M&S at 6 a.m. to get the canapé.
But do you know what? I totally I understand it. I know people do it. The fear is real. It really is real, but it's mad, isn't it?
And that's it. When I come to January and I look in that chest freezer where we've used like a third of them, and I'm going, I'm such a knob. Like, look at that. But I do it every year.
The spring roll selection does get me though. Again, not one of those things that I would naturally choose on my Christmas menu. I love it though, but to me that isn't Christmas.
But again, this is where, people have certain connections on certain things, right? Yeah. And for me, it's all the crazy, like where they have all the crazy things. So I do love a Thai spiced red curry wrap thing. I do love like a sticky honey glazed pork square of, I don't know, pork madonna or whatever, something or other. And then I do love like a crazy, oh, look at the mini fish and chips, or, oh, look, they're doing paella bites, or, something like that. I mean, obviously I do love a mini quiche. How can you not?
Yeah, I like a mini quiche.
And obviously standard, like you say, cocktail sausages, a bit honey glaze.
Yeah.
But all the crazy stuff, I'm just like, what are they going to do this year? How are they going to do it? What's going to be crazy? What do I have to try? What's a taste sensation that I just have to blow my mind with? What is it? And again, all the daft chocolates and biscuits that they do. I do love a tree-shaped nacho crisp. Staple. Love a tree for a star. I'll go with a star.
Well, I do like them, but they add something because, if you're going to have a crisp out, you may as well have a star or a tree crisp.
It's true. I mean, can you remember last year when we did New Year? Can you remember I had a butter? Can you remember the butter?
Oh, what was it?
A snowman butter.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I had a snowman butter. Who needs a snowman butter? Apparently Vix does. So again,
That's attention to detail, though.
I mean, I don't know whether attention to detail is a bit of a compliment, because I mean, it's not really. It's just a waste of money, really. I could have bought that.
And that is, do you know what? That's the problem. The amount of money
It's
that we
novelty.
spend on this stuff.
Yeah.
But for whose benefit? Like,
And that's it. And one of the things I'm really concerned with is my emotional attachment to the festive food. So like you're saying about condiments, you only use it once a year.
yeah,
And it's stuck at the back of your fridge
like
for a
that
year.
piccalilli.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I'm a piccalilli fan. So
Oh,
mine does go down throughout the
If
year.
you use it, then
Yeah.
you use it.
But we were talking about this earlier, actually in my team at work, and we were saying about chutneys and, you know, certain things, they only seem relevant at Christmas time. But through the year, why would I have this certain fig and port chutney? You know, I'll just stick to Branston, thanks.
Yeah.
So again, it's like the fancy schmancy stuff comes out at Christmas, and you spend like triple the amount that you'd normally spend on this tiny little jar because it's like novel, it's like special because it's Christmas time. But again, you're left with all the stuff which has got high fat, high sugar, high salt. It's all these things.
It's just in the fridge. And then, you know, if you're anything like me, like I know a lot of people that can very easily just chuck food away. But they can. Whereas I'm not like that. So if I've gone to the effort of buying it, I'll go to the effort of eating it. Even if I don't want it and I don't want to make that choice, I always have that like guilt of, oh, I don't want to waste it. I don't want to waste the money. Like I don't know, there's a block of brie in there. I'll just eat. I'll just have a little bit. And that is bad in itself, even if you want it, is, you know, just all of the leftovers. It's, I'll just have that little snack. I'll just have a little snack and then I'll have a chocolate. Oh, it's 10 o'clock, I have a chocolate. And, you know, that week, you know, that Christmas to New Year week.
Yeah, the Twix week.
Is that what you call it?
Well, it's like, we call it the Twix week, as in like between, and the fact that you're sat with like boxes of celebrations and, you know, Heroes and Roses and Quality Street. You just sat with these massive boxes of chocolates and you know.
Oh, it's so much, isn't it?
It is. It can be overwhelming, but also sort of that, I don't know if you do this. It sounds similar, you know, to what you just said about the brie situation. I will forego enjoyment of some sort of consumption if it means it's getting rid of it. If it's getting used so it doesn't get wasted, it doesn't get thrown in the bin, I will eat it. As much as I will not enjoy it, I will eat it just so it's not wasted. And Lawrence gets at me all the time for it. He's like, why are you doing that? You didn't want it, or you bought it for the kids, and just because they're not eating it, you didn't want it. Why are you eating it? And I'm like, because I don't want to waste it. So again, like, you know, this is where, again, I've got this like push and pull thing in my head where there's like, you know, Vix, the Christmas fairy on this side going, buy the sparkly crisps, buy this, buy the treats, buy this. And then I've got the dude on the other side going, Vix, for God's sake, would you stop?
This is just like and I'm so much the same. I can relate to so much of what you were just saying, but it's, you know, to a degree, like, is it an unhealthy relationship with food, or is it a unhealthy thought process around it? Because, you know, to some people they'd be like, yeah, I'm just eating the cheese, whereas to me, like, I'm eating it feeling bad about eating it, or I eat it and then feel bad about eating it. And it's like, why are you spending so much time feeling bad about eating it? You ate it, so what? Like, get over it. But so much like you is, I will eat it because I don't want to waste it.
Yeah. And I mean, whether that is, like you say, something that's emotionally kind of entangled in that, and the fear of kind of wasting money or wasting, you know, food. I get the guilt, you know, the whole starving people in Africa type of thing, where I'm like sat there like, you know, I'm throwing away a whole brie and they're like barely scratching for a grain of rice. So I get really bad guilt at that. And then you do get this commercial kind of impact, this influence and expectation where, you know, like we were saying before about, you just see the adverts where everybody sat around the table having a wonderful time together. And is it that psychologically you're going, Christmas can't be Christmas without the food?
You want to create that. Tell me this, like, what's your thoughts on like presents then and stuff like that? Because as the years go on and I see how, you know, how much the kids value / don't value like different sort of presents, I'm way more open to buying secondhand.
all the way. Sophia's birthday a couple of weeks ago, all secondhand.
Yeah, I think there is some things, and this is a quite a contentious point sometimes with Rory and I in terms of what should be new and what should be secondhand. Not like anybody would know the difference, but I think as a parent, sometimes you want that feeling of buying your child something new.
Yeah.
But so many of our kids' favourite toys over the years have been things I've picked up on Marketplace, and this year especially when, you know, we've had this conversation before, I'm sure, is, you know, when the kids are, I'm bored. And I'm like, go and play with one of your 100 toys sitting in that playroom.
Absolutely.
And they don't. So, you know, I might get one of those Hot Wheels car garages. I might get a 2-wheeled scooter for one of the kids. Like stuff like that. I'll just get secondhand now.
Yep.
Obviously, colouring books, pens, little trinkety things. You'll buy new, like whatever, you'll spend the money on that. But something which is going to just be added in reality to the pile of other stuff that they've got that we buy because we don't want them to feel like they're left out from having a little pile of presents.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what's the point?
Yeah. And I mean, I'm a massive vintage fan.
Yeah.
Love it. Sophia's birthday, we got majority of her things. She only got one brand new thing. And again, we leave the brand news up to other people. So again, it's one of those things that she's going to get gifts because we've got a large family. She will get other gifts.
Oh, yeah.
So we think, right, well, they're more than likely going to be the newbies. So fine, that she'll get new stuff. But, you know, I buy all her fancy dress on Vinted.
Yeah.
You know, because it gets, you know, she wears it painting. She wears it having breakfast. Like it gets gunk all over it. She wears it in the forest. You know, we have gone to the forest as Frozen before, you know, like as Elsa or whatever. So again, these things, it's not worth paying the premium price that the companies put on them when they're going to be, you know, put to the test in that way. So yeah, I buy the majority of stuff. Like you're saying, there's certain things that you can't buy secondhand if they're used.
Yeah.
But, you know, unwanted gifts, things like that. I have bought things where, you know, we've got, she was into Pokemon. We got this encyclopedia, you know, someone had written their name in the front. But she still used the book over and over and over again.
Yeah.
So again, it was not, she doesn't find it an offense seeing that it's secondhand or whatever, you know. And we have taught her. So basically what we do before Christmas and before New Year, before her birthday, we ask her to look at all the toys she's played with. And if she thinks she's grown out of something, or if she feels that it's not something she plays with anymore, and if she could give it to some boys and girls to love and to play with, then she basically has to kind of sacrifice some toys. And it could be one. It could be 8. It could be everything. But it's the principle of letting go. So again, she kind of has this fluidity.
Yeah, and we try and do that as well. Like definitely, like, I do a little bit of a toy clear out, and that in itself is a challenge because you get the toys out that kids haven't played with for ages, and then instantly they're like, "Oh, that's mine! That's my new toy!" And then they then play with it for a while, and that is obviously what's so good about doing toy rotations and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But that, again, it's hard, it's a challenge. And like these days, I sort of just get rid of the toys that I know they don't play with and just hope they don't realise.
I think there's a layer of that all parents do, don't they?
You know? Yeah, you definitely haven't made this right. Or that's a baby toy. And yeah, you might enjoy playing with that baby toy because it's a rat-on and it's quite fun. But the reality is you're 4 or nearly 6 years old. Like,
or that crappy toy that's broken and you don't want to get rid of it, but actually kind of like just making a mess every day.
Yeah, and it's a health hazard.
Yeah. So
the colouring books, and I go through the colouring books and I see how many pages there's left, and if there's like a few pages, I'll tear out the pages and put them in like a folder so you can still do.
Oh my god, you're a genius!
But you know, when you've got like a whole colouring book which is just like dead, colouring pens that are dead.
Yeah, get rid.
So annoying.
Keep it as streamlined as you can.
And I need to find a better way to like store the toys because some of my toys I'm quite good at like getting out and putting in like different boxes which are smaller or easier. But you know, if you've got puzzles and stuff, the boxes take up so much room. And I see online all the time about these little plastic folders that you can get to put the puzzle in, and that's great. But again, I find it really hard to commit to putting a puzzle in out
Yeah.
of its own box.
Yeah, it's the whole thing about, I don't know when you were younger, or where actually Rory doing the job that he does now, like, when you used to get these folders for all the games, like
that's
console
CD,
games,
yeah.
and you put them all in the slot, so you have this like folder,
Yes, yeah, I know exactly. what you
zip up
mean.
folder
Yeah.
thing. I don't like that. I'm like, can I
Where's
put
the
the
cover?
picture in? Where's the, whatever. So yeah, no, I totally hear that. I don't know, it's a difficult one. I think there is something absolutely people need to welcome and embrace more about. It's not all about the new toys. It's about kind of that recycling, pre-loved.
And kids love the toys when you just go to someone's house to play with it. Like, that's not a new toy.
I mean, your house is like that's where she loves the toys the most. So again, it's that whole thing of like, oh, I want to go see Freddie and Max. And I'm like, is it for Freddie and Max or is it for the toys?
Yeah.
And she, there's certain houses that she does love going to because she loves the toys. But, I think kids like coming here because we've got an absolute ton of fancy dress upstairs.
Yeah.
It always gets pulled out, and that's part of the fun as well, I guess, as well, But it is really difficult. Going back to your point about Christmas presents and things like that, it's like, how much or what do you buy? So one of the things we adopted a couple of years ago, and I mean, this is loose, FYI, we don't always stick to this, but this is what we try and stick to, is that there's that phrasing of something they want, something they need, something they'll wear, and something they'll read.
Yeah, I heard that a lot.
So we do try and stick to that. And then what they have on top of that is they have a stocking, which is full of like a mixture of treats, daft bits. So again, they put out and they go, oh, fix. Because I put in like toothpaste.
Oh, okay, fun.
Deodorant for
11-year-old
boys. I put in things like that. So again, it's just useful stuff, but we wrap it up.
Yeah.
So it's like they unwrap it thinking it's something in there. Like,
because for the kids, in reality, it's the unwrapping thing. Because
The
how many
dopamine
times have you been there where, and this is my honest to God, my pet hate when it comes to Christmas, and it really triggers me so badly, is when I see kids unwrapping throw, because it literally could be anything. They don't care. And you won't know that cost me 20 quid and you're just lobbing it across the room.
Yeah. But it's that dopamine hit. They're so addicted to sort of like that hit of going, oh, and then next one, and another one, and another one.
And that's why I'd probably rather do a stocking like that and just tut first, get it out the way,
get the feel.
and then bring in the presents that maybe actually mean something. Maybe I might do that this year, actually.
And because, I mean, obviously little Max can't read yet, but obviously Freddie can read now. One of the things I love is putting like cryptic clues on. So they have to think about it before they open it.
Oh, okay. That's a nice idea.
So again, like, something to help you in your travels or something that, do you know what I mean? So I write on like a little...
Long it out a bit.
Yes. And I'm like, think about it. Before you open it, think about it. What do you think it's going to be? So again, you're kind of like elongating the dopamine hit.
But I really think that's a good idea. I might start to think about that, especially, now, like, Freddie's a bit older, like, Max doesn't understand more, but I think now is the time when you're setting.
Yeah. And what my parents used to do, which we don't do yet, to be fair, what we should do maybe, my parents used to split out the presents. So you'd get, obviously, the hit of presents and go, oh, wow, Christmas Day, Santa's been. But then what they do is say, right, you can open some now and then choose some to have at the dining table. Choose some to have on Boxing Day. So again, we had this sort of...
We had that a little bit, not so formulated. I think we had like our stockings that we'd get like as soon as we woke up, and that was a dopamine hit.
Yeah.
And the rest of them, we would have to wait until like after breakfast on Christmas Day, like maybe like 10 o'clock, and it was so painful. Like waiting, but you did, but then it wasn't so much of a rip and throw. And then because we then had other things going on Boxing Day, you then had that other round. So I think in a different capacity we've done the same. But I like that.
It just kind of like elongates sort of the because again, again, psychoanalyzing it from my own experience, Christmas was always very overwhelming. And one of the kind of things, my parents certainly didn't tease me, but I always cried at Christmas. And it was happy tears, but I was always overwhelmed with it. I was always overwhelmed with the happiness and the joy and everything that was coming to it. So, you know, things like if I opened a present and I really wanted it, or I'd really asked for Santa to give me whatever, and I got it, I was so overwhelmed I'd cry. Even as an 8-year-old, as a 9-year-old, I'd still be tearful.
Yeah.
And again, obviously I was obviously grateful, but at the same time, I think it was a lot to do with the overstimulation, the food, the you know, everything coming at once, and you know, all the magic that you were kind of like trying to embrace at the same time, the Christmas music and everything.
And now we're trying to recreate it, which is also a challenge.
Well, let's
and
not go there.
That's definitely a conversation to have.
Yeah.
Have another day.
Yeah, definitely.
I feel like this was good. I feel like I've taken some things on board, some things to consider as we now enter the festive month, and our reindeer has arrived over here, our little festive cat.
Yeah.
Well, that was a good one. Thank you for that. And I think, you know, as we always say, every time we have these sort of conversations, it just reminds me that we're all just figuring out as we go, because, you know, we've got this, maybe we do, maybe we don't, who the hell knows, but it's going to be a busy few weeks.
Yeah, and I think it's really important for us all to just recognize that Christmas is a lot, and we do want the magic. We do want to deliver the magic. I think kind of when you grow older, you realize that your mum and dad were the magic, and you're like, whoa,
how can I be the magic?
How can I be the magic? But also like, geez, that's a lot of pressure on parents to deliver. So, you know, I think we all just have to be a bit kind to ourselves and, you know, pour the odd sherry.
Yeah. Oh, sherry. Oh, God. Well, if you've not yet subscribed, followed, liked, all of that fun stuff, please do. It can be your Christmas present to us. That would be lovely. That's all we need to ask for before my Christmas cat attacks me like she done last time.
Yeah. Well, she hasn't got her Christmas collar on yet. Maybe that's why she's feeling a bit Scroogey.
Well, that's it. Right. Decks up next week?
I think we might have to put the decks up this week. Yeah, we'll have them up.
Fine. Well, there we go. Can't wait. Cheers. See ya.